Hello, elephants, and welcome to the Vanillafy WorldEdit command tutorial that we made. So, yes, I'm gonna teach you how everything works and how you can use this tool to generate a data pack, which will in turn generate your structure. So, let's go and do that, shall we? Okay, so the structure I'm gonna be using in order to demonstrate this is this die, whatever, that I made, okay? So the first thing you wanna do is get yourself a wand, and then make sure you have a build. Otherwise, well, what are you gonna do? You need a build. That's your first step. But anyways, once you have that, just make sure you select it. Right now I put these cubes, that red one and that blue one over there, in order to mark my selection. This selection is perfect. So it's like the minimum size rectangle that I need in order to encase this whole cube and creation. And I recommend that you try to do that whenever you're selecting your thing, because this command takes air blocks into consideration. So the more blocks you have, and air blocks do count as a lot of blocks usually, like in that one, air is probably the majority. It's not probably, it is the majority. But so make sure you don't do that, because that's going to generate a lot of extra files. Just make it as small as you can. And the second thing to note, you'll notice I made this one blue. This is because this is the minimum coordinate in the entire selection. So if I press F3, you'll notice if I go forwards, the X coordinate is increasing. If I go backwards, it's decreasing. This right here is the minimum X. If I go this way, the Z coordinate is increasing. If I go this way, it's decreasing. Same in Y. If I go up, it increases, down it decreases. So this has the minimum value in all X, Y, and Z. This is very important, because whenever we generate the structure, what we do is we generate it from this corner onwards. So it kind of goes that way. You can see right there, that's where we're gonna be testing. So that block right there represents this block. So once I do this selection and do the entire process, the structure is gonna get generated from here. So it's gonna be like whoop, and if I was there, it's gonna be whoop. So hopefully that's understandable. Anyways, once you have your selection, which I have here already, the first thing you wanna do is create a WorldEdit schematic of it. To do that, what you need to do is add the selection to your clipboard, which basically means copy it. So do / copy, as I did here. And once you have it copied, that's the first step. The second step is go to / schematic. Schem and schematic are the same thing, so feel free to use whichever one you prefer. And then you do schematic, save, and you give it a cool name. In this case, I'm gonna give it dies video, okay? Because it's a dice and I'm making a video, so it makes some sense. And then press enter. So yeah, that will make a schematic of this dice. At this point, you could either change world or go to the location where you want the structure to generate. And once you know where you want the structure to generate, you gotta make sure you choose that minimum corner, right? So right now, for this example, I want my structure to generate from this blue corner. This blue corner acts like that one, okay? So you find that in your world. Go to the location where you want your structure to generate and select that minimum corner. Once you have it selected, and this is very important, if you don't select it, it will not work. It's gonna generate it elsewhere. So you need to select this lower corner, otherwise it will not work. So once you have that, you do / schematic and then Vanillafy. So let me go over all the different attributes of this thing. The first thing you need to do is specify what schematic you want to use. So in this case, if you had many of them, you could do schematic list, and you can read it right here, right? I have dstar, which is a secret file, which should not be there. And then I have a dice video schematic, which is the one I want. So what I do is / schematic Vanillafy and then dice video. And you do not need to write .schem. So this will load the dice video. And right now you could press enter and this will work. But there is more options to customize it a little bit more. So the first one is the number of iterations. So right now, I want it to be about 100 iterations. What this means is how many times do you want it to place blocks? So I want it to place blocks 100 times separated by a time interval, okay? So this is the amount of iterations. If I put 1, it would just put the entire structure all at once. It would lag terribly. So don't do that if it's a big structure. So you can make that 100, you can make it 200. You go crazy if you make it really large, like 1,000, just keep in mind these are all files that are going to be generated. So if it's 100, it's 100 files. If it's 10,000, that's 10,000 files that is going to be generated on your data pack. And so yes, once you do that, I'm going to choose 100. There's still, you could also press enter right now, but there's more stuff. The next one is like the delta time. How much time do you want between each of these iterations? If I just press enter right now, it's just gonna be one tick, one Minecraft tick between each iteration. But if I put, for example, 4, then it's gonna be 4 ticks between each iteration. If I put 20, it's gonna be 20 ticks. And 20 ticks in Minecraft is exactly 1 second. So this would be place X blocks every second and do that 100 times. So this is what this means, okay? So 20 is too much. I'm just gonna choose 4 because it's not that big, but I do want a little bit of a delay between each block placement. So I'm gonna do 104. So the way you can calculate the max time that it's gonna take for your build to generate is you multiply these two numbers together. So 100 iterations, each one every 4 ticks, that's 400. And then since 20 ticks is 1 second, just divide 400 by 20. And that's the amount of seconds that this is going to take. So once you do that, there's still one more thing. So if you saw the original video, you saw that the llama gets built layer by layer and that the dice gets generated randomly. The way you specify that here is by doing -r. This basically means random. So if you have this R, you want it to generate randomly. If you do not have it, it's going to generate layer by layer. In this case, I do want it to generate randomly. So I'm going to put that there. And then once this is all set, then you're ready to go. Now I'm going to say, if you do not specify any of these properties, they get initialized to this. So it's going to be 100 for the number of iterations. Then it's going to be 1 for the tick. So it's 1 tick between each iteration. And it's not going to be random. So it's going to be layer by layer. So yeah, just make sure if you want to customize it, do put these parameters in. You could also just do -r without having the other ones. That also works. What does need to be in the order is iterations and then the amount of time between each one. So keep that in mind. With that said, that is everything there is to this command. So now you just generate it and it says Dai's video was successfully vanillafied. Now you're almost pretty much done. So let's go to the files. Okay, welcome to my Minecraft folder. It's a little bit of a mess because I've downloaded mods, so yours might be cleaner. But this is what we're gonna do. If you're on a server, locate your configuration file. If you're in your Minecraft folder, also locate your configuration file. So mine is up here. Now if you go in it, you're gonna find the WorldEdit configuration. So go into WorldEdit. And now schematics. The way this works is it will generate the data pack, but it generates it inside WorldEdit schematics, just because we couldn't get it to generate it into the world's data pack. So all you have to do is enter the schematics, and you're gonna see right here, this folder. This is what our command generates. Hey, it's me from the future. I just wanted to say that I forgot to mention that from this point on, anything that says Dai's video will actually be the name of your schematic. So just keep that in mind for the rest of the video. And this is an entire data pack. So if you go in, it has the entire data pack structure, and don't worry about it too much if you don't know what it is, but it basically sets up everything. So you have your functions here, you have your hologram manager. This is all the inner works. This is all the files that will place your block. But don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about any of that because that's what our tool is for. All you need is this folder. So grab it, drag it to your desktop or something, keep it safe, copy, duplicate it, whatever. But you need to move it into the data pack folder of your world. So let's go do that right now. I'm gonna drag it to my desktop. Okay, so now we're back to my Minecraft folder, and now I need to find my save file. If you're in a world, this is your world file. So just choose world, double click on it. And then in this case for me is the building time video. And inside, you'll see all of these data. This should be the same for a server and if you're in your saves. So you wanna go to data packs, and all you wanna do is drag and drop that file that you just copied from the schematics. So once you do that, you're set. You can close that and go back to Minecraft. Okay, so now that we're back in Minecraft, all you need to do is a /reload. So we do a reload, and once it's done reloading, you're gonna find that if you do /function, there's gonna be a bunch of different functions. Don't worry about most of them. These are just the steps, how it's gonna place blocks. All you need is the Dai's video init. So if you were making a map, this is the one function you need to call, okay? So watch, I'm gonna call it and everything else handles itself. And you should see right now, the dice starts generating. And it generated randomly. And it's that simple. That is all there is to this. And you can delete this and do it several times. So I could right now delete this entire thing, //set air. and then I can do it again. And it still works. It will work the exact same way. Once it's generated, all the data is in the data pack, and that's all you need. You just need to generate the data pack and drag it into the data pack folder, and that is it. So I hope that was understandable. As you can see, this corner is that corner, same orientation. The 4 is here, 6 is here, 4 is at the back. 5 is at the back, 5 is at the back. So yeah, that is it. I hope it was clear. If you have any questions, please make sure to drop them down in the comments. For the download link, we are providing our downloads in the description for all versions. So we're gonna have Fabric, Forge, and Bukkit. That's it. And please make sure if something's not working, let us know. If you have any questions, also let us know. With that said, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all next time. I hope you have a very nice day. Welcome to the end screen. Congratulations on making it this far once again. And if you do something with this tool, please make sure to join our Discord server and share it with us. We would love to see it. Or drop it down in the comments below and we will also take a look.